Okay, thanks for joining, guys. We're going to talk about how to create a pivot table. So here is the data that we want to create a pivot table from. So what you'll do is you'll just select the top left cell in that data set, and then we'll go to the Insert tab, and we'll select Pivot Table, and you'll notice it highlights the entire data set, and then this Create Pivot Table dialog box will appear. There's a few options you can do. You can create the pivot table on a new worksheet or an existing worksheet. We're just going to do it on a new one. So we'll select OK. And notice it shoots us over here to a new worksheet. And so far there is no data in here, so we'll have to add that by going over to the Pivot Table Fields table over here to the right. And we'll start with, let's put reps. We want to see reps in the row, so we'll click and drag and drop reps in the row box down here. And then let's put calls for the values on the right. Okay, and then notice the pivot table, we are creating it by doing that. So we have the reps, and then we have the total calls there. And we can also filter, we can drop a metric into the filter box here if we want to sort, for example, by hold percent. So let's say we want to look at all the reps that have a 20% hold percentage. Okay, so we'll click OK. Okay, there's 2 reps that have that. So that's like how you would use the filter function. And notice when you click outside of this, that field box goes away. So if we want to get that back, we just select inside the data and it will reappear. Some other things to note, you can click and drag and drop to get rid of the data and kind of start over if you want, or change it. But for now, we'll kind of leave a little bit of data in here. And you can also add multiple values if you want. So if we want to see sum of calls, ox time, we can do that. And let's see, this is pretty much covers the basics. One other thing, we can look at the design, and there's a few different options we can choose from up here that will change, the design of our pivot table. Notice how the pivot table is changing colors there. You would just select whichever one there you like. Okay, if we want to add banded rows, we can do that. Banded columns. If we want to get rid of subtotals, we can do that. If we want to get rid of the grand total down here, we can do that as well. It kind of cleans it up, sometimes there if you don't want that. So there's a bunch of different options you can do in the Design tab. But again, this is just a basic video on creating a pivot table. And that's it. Thanks for watching.